This conference will now be recorded.
All right, so happy Monday, everybody. Today is Monday, August 5th, and as always, everything that we'll be talking about is for educational purposes only, and nothing is intended as any type of investment advice. All right, so a few things going on this morning. Obviously, pretty much everything over the weekend took a hit. Anything that has anything to do with the market took a hit. You're talking about Apple, Baba, Facebook, NVDA. It just, I mean, the list goes on and on and on. But a few things definitely moving around. So obviously, we'll be paying attention to our everyday stocks, but there's a few other things out there as well. So ALLK this morning, really nice show of hand, and I wish it would have waited a little bit, but at the same time, you can see the orders are extremely thin. So this thing is going to have a gigantic range. Only $1.89 overall, but you can see moving from 40 to 65 in the pre-market is certainly going to warrant us expecting a lot more than that $1.89. So the beautiful show of hand at 55 on the ask side of things. The one thing is at 833, and you can see right here, it really didn't pull back that much. Now we moved back about 50 cents per first stock with a $20 range. I'm certainly not really happy with it, but the one thing that we do have to understand, $1.89 range also means that this thing is certainly going to be an exception from for a lot of parts of the day based off of what we see coming into it, as well as going to be making their money fairly quickly. Now, once again, the pullbacks on a stock like this should be a lot, if it's moved like this every day. So for instance, like a BYND, if it moved like that every day, then we would expect, giant pullbacks every single time. But like I said, unfortunately, because of the way that, this is trading as an exception, first of all, 582,000 shares already traded during the pre-market, not going to be expecting as much from it. So overall, definitely need to see, something new, because 55 to 65, that's a $10 move. I'm going to have to assume that this guy made a substantial amount of their money back. You can see right here, 61 and 30. So you have 9,100 shares there. And if we look at this 55 right there, okay, just to make things easier, 5,000, 6,000, about 7,000. So overall, this could have been at 61.52, which I doubted. I would have to assume they were getting out in smaller shares and somewhere up towards, higher towards the high. But overall, you can see that we pretty much could technically cancel that out after a $6 move. Next thing I'm going to be looking at is JD. Now, JD is normally, not something that I would put on my list, but you can see it took a hit with everything else. And this morning coming into it, I kind of just liked the way that it was kind of consolidating and just following exactly what it was saying it was going to. Now, if we come back, you can see, yes, this was all afternoon. We haven't really gotten many prints in it, but I have a feeling that our China stocks, we should definitely keep an eye on. Just because JD's not typically on our everyday stocks, I want to definitely keep an eye on this. Next thing looking at is GLYC. So the reason I like GLYC this morning and it's not on a side list is because of the fact you can short it. Typically, when you have a stock that's under $5, most of the time you can. Now, if I think it's over $5 and comes down within the first 3 days, some rule like that. But overall, it doesn't matter. We can short it. So we pretty much it's going to have a bigger range than usual. It usually trades 60 cents. So for, let's think about it, moving pretty much somewhere within at least $1 range there. And you can see right here, just getting a lot of selling that's still coming into it. If you look at this burst, I really did like this at 435 to 431 to 25,000, 20,000, and 19,000. That's a substantial amount, especially when the orders really aren't that thick. So just so something that definitely stood out. Now we come back over here. You could look at that 8 o'clock time period. Remember, bullish above, bearish below, and we could see the lows here are 435, and then 426, and then the highs being 468. So overall, it's underneath the spot that we'd be looking at from these prints. So really kind of looking bearish at this moment with that selling on top of getting those purple prints that came in from that 8 o'clock time period that we typically see. And other than that, I mean, our everyday stocks. So let's take a look at our list, our scanners real quick. Let's see if anything new has came up, because there's a few things I was kind of a little bit torn with. Not really that happy, and there's just better stuff. Riot, I'd never really trades ever, so not really anything that I have an interest in. DWT is going to be an ETF, and you can see the rest of the list is just underneath 100,000, so nothing for us to really be able to do there. And then moving over to the loser side of things, GLYC, we already know about. Now, cars, I was looking at 138,000 shares, but it's one that's just not doing anything, and it looks like most of that was just on those bigger prints that came back in, so not really anything that we could go on there. Gold obviously has had a wonderful morning, but not going to be focusing on gold first thing in the morning. ON, absolutely nothing. WKHS, another one, just not really doing any type of trading. SQ is another one, which we pretty much we're all going to put SQ on our list as well. We'll put it with JD because it's pretty much both the same. And SQ we know it can move. On average, it's still trading $2 a day, which is which is great. So we're going to put SQ on there. The only problem is, like I said, before, there's just no prints there this morning on our everyday stock. So big move overnight, but not really anything going on at all. No, WKHS was not trading. Didn't we just go over WKHS? WKHS, yeah, not doing anything whatsoever. We have SPXL, 147,000 shares. Now, this isn't terrible, but once again, it's an ETF. And then we have AMD, which AMD, if you trade AMD, this is a good morning to look at it. I just like to look at other things. So I personally, I'm not going to be looking at this. But if you do like AMD and you do like the way it trades with just tons of prints and you need to use a whole lot of feel, then God bless. But that's definitely moving this morning as well. And then we have CRM. CRM is nothing, absolutely nothing. It's 47,000 shares, but it's not really showing anything of value yet this morning. All right, guys, anything else out there that I missed? One second. Nope. All right. As show of hand, no volume. Cron. Let's take a look. CRON. I haven't looked at this in some time. All right. Yeah. So it's definitely got a whole bunch of selling that came into it. We'll throw it on the side list to see what happens. Because those are really interesting prints for not doing any type of real trading. It looks like all the volume's pretty much wrapped into there. So definitely got me interested. So we'll put that on our side list. We'll keep an eye on it. But as of right now, obviously better things to be looking at. ALLK is probably going to be my number one this morning, based off the range that we see coming into it. Just need some prints to come, and it really does give us the best chance of it getting, as far away from our entry as quickly as possible. All right, guys. So once again, remember, Traders Exchange. Did you see the 2 million share print I posted? I did not, Davis. What was that? What was that on? Oh, Microsoft on Friday. Oh, yeah. The one that you posted in there this morning on Microsoft. So let's take a look. Microsoft, I don't think it's doing anything this morning, though. Kind of just like everything else. Yeah, it's kind of just stuck in that kind of consolidated move. I mean, it's not a bad move at all. Just no real prints in there yet, but definitely interesting to look at that level. Side note, Riot is based off crypto and BTQ is on fire. Not trading it, though. Okay. Thanks. I'll share it in chat. Microsoft 2.7. Nothing yet. All right, guys. So let's get ready for our morning. I will talk to everyone in the chat, and happy trading.